Welcome to another fantastic cast from No Easy Buckets. I'm 90 Joe. I'm here with Ari Impulse.
Hello,
We are here in a older game from LPL,
hello.
and the reason why we're doing this is because we are terrible casters, and we need to get better. So, I mean, this weekend's the All-Star game. There's not much new stuff we can cover. And so we're going to be trying some new things. We're going to be doing some... We might sound different, or we might sound the same, which would be really bad, because when we sound the same, we're really boring.
It's true. It's a true statement.
Very true. So, in today's game, or I guess 3 weeks ago's games thingamajig, whatever.
What week is this? What week is this?
This is week 8.
This is
So,
week 8.
this
Okay.
is OMG versus Royal. I don't even know what patch we're on, because we're going back in time, and, you know, we don't know, we don't know what's out now, even. Like, I don't even know what they're playing now. How am I supposed to know they're supposed to be playing 3 weeks ago?
Do you know how when you're watching like ESPN, how there's like they show like blast from the past things from like, you know, the Bulls games from the 80s. I wonder if we can reach a point like that. Like, oh man, this is a game from when Sona was not nerfed very hard, you know, or something like that.
Yeah.
And she's still getting first pick today.
Oh my god. And they're still wearing those short basketball shorts.
This is This is before the TF Ultimate nerf. You know, he could teleport anywhere he wanted to.
I don't even think the TF Ultimate nerf is that big a deal. But
Wait, the new one or the old? I'm talking about the old one, where he could teleport literally anywhere.
okay. I was talking about this one where...
Oh yeah, no, not a big deal.
Yeah,
I agree.
who cares?
So what teams are playing?
Let me fix this technical problem that we have. Give me a sec.
Oh, I see what you mean. Let me just fill some time in Vamp here. Yeah, welcome to the game. Is different. Oh, he's already back. Technical error is fixed.
We are good to go.
Look at that Twitch profile. That splash art. Good God.
That's Twitch?
That has to be. Who else is
I
there?
thought it was Fiddlesticks, even though I know they already use the regular Fiddlesticks icon. But, okay, so today's game is between OMG versus Royal. On OMG side, we have Cool, the mid player, Big Pomelo in the jungle, Loveland on support, San as AD carry, Go-Going is their top lane.
Of course, Go-Going is their top lane. Known for Go-Going ham.
Go-Going ham. Go Gadget ham. On Royal side, we have Lucky, who is the jungler, Whites is the mid player, HZ Godlike is the top laner, Alu, who replaced Rui on Royal as the support, and we have Uzi.
Apparently it's Uzi.
Uzi.
Yeah.
You know, when I was looking at his jacket, the initials, it was all caps. So maybe it is Uzi. I don't know, because Godlike spelled his name backwards, or D was backwards, so it says Godlike. And then if we look at the picks, we have Loveland on that Sona. And Loveland's a fantastic support, by the way.
Yes.
Fantastic. I don't know what else I could say.
Notice that Royal has banned away Thresh, and I think that is a very reasonable ban, seeing as how well Loveland has performed on Thresh in the past.
Or the future.
Oh shit. We're in that temporal...
Where are we?
Yeah, goddamn. I believe, was Diana picked or banned? No. So I'm actually surprised to see Cool not going with Diana here, because Cool's Diana is just incredible.
Yeah, I definitely agree. His Diana's good, his Zed is good too, but I'm not sure when there was a time when there was nerfs or
that's
or
right.
buffs.
Yeah, we don't know where we are here.
I have no idea where that is. We can probably assume that Big Pomelo's going in the jungle with Hecarim.
Absolutely. He likes Hecarim a lot.
We could be seeing a top Elise, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
I would assume that Go-Going is going to be on Elise, and that Cool is going to be on Jace in the mid lane.
Yeah, that looks like a typical plan of action.
For Royals team, they've picked up 2 globals on their team with Shen and TF, so might be able to expect... Oh! Is that Ashe? Or
That's Leona.
That's Leona. I thought that was like Woe Dash or something. You know. Anyways, it's pronounced Woe, right? Not
I have no
Woad.
idea.
Anyways, so Leona Varus against a Sona. You know, that's a really cool thing that they've picked kind of a kill lane against the Sona, because one of Sona's biggest weaknesses is her defense.
She gets killed.
Her health. She's a melee minion at level 1, right? The tower hits her twice, and then you last hit her.
Yeah.
But I'm actually really interested to see this work out, because Varus Leona has insane kill potential at level 6. The amount of CC, and basically the amount of CC that's guaranteed if anything hits, is just out of this world. So I'm interested to see this.
Let's see, who was it? Varus Leona? Yeah.
Varus Leona, yeah. Versus a Graves Sona.
Well, I don't know, because I think Grave Sona also has a lot of want to say burst potential, but it's more like safe burst, right? Because Sona will power chord, and then Graves can dash burst, or whatever the triangle shot is.
Yeah. With a matchup like this in bottom lane, I think it's really comes down to who plays better. It's not really necessarily.
You can say that about every match.
No. You can't. You absolutely can't. Say it's like Fiddlesticks versus Sona or something, right? What is the Sona going to do? Like, she can't like do any flashy ways to dodge the fear. She's just going to get feared or she's not. She's either zoned or she's not. Whereas this is kind of like, well, if Graves uses his dash correctly to dodge Leona's initiator, dodge Leona's ult, or dodge Varus ult or something like that. If Sona waits for the right time to power chord and hit certain people, I think that this is much more of a either way, like either side can outplay the other side in terms of bottom lanes.
I see. So, speaking of which patch we don't know what we're on, I don't even know if we're on the potion patch.
Oh, that's a good point.
Or even the elixir patch, so we don't know if the elixir was cheap or not, the red elixir that Jace is holding.
Hey, I do not remember, that's a good point. I mean, technically this was, 3 weeks ago?
Right.
So I think the potion patch is alive, which is the fortitude patch, right, as well?
So we see OMG having their Graves thinged out by Pink, which, I don't know, I'm not really good at level 1 strat, because I think to get a good mastery of level 1 strategies, you have to execute them. You have to experience them live, and you can't really experience them live unless you play in some sort of setting where they actually do it. Yeah. Even if you play rank 5s on the NA ladder, I don't think you're going to see that many, detailed level 1 strategies.
Well, it's binary. Did they see us or did they not? Like, did someone face check a bush that we're all sitting in, or did? But
I mean, for example, let's look at that pink ward, right? Next to the river on the top side near the red buff. You can see 2 wards around it. And they had a ward dewarded, so I don't know if it's really worth it or not. You know what I mean?
It seems seems strange for them to use that many resources just to make sure that they know whether they're coming or not.
It's kind of hard to know what the value of that ward is if you don't play with it, I guess. Play against it.
Yeah.
We'll see Graves and Sona taking golems as Hecarim does the red buff. Jason at least also did the wolf, so they'll be coming into lane with some EXP.
Mm-hmm.
I think, but that was also countered by Twisted Fate and Shen taking their rates, so I think it's pretty even on that end. It's kind of interesting that, if one person didn't have that, you can only imagine what kind of disadvantage they'd be. I think they gave the experience to Elise, though, because she gets level 2 before Shen does.
Yes, and someone like Elise or someone like Jace actually...
they just comboed Varus. They hit him with a Q, a power chord, and a burst, so... and he has that Dorn's Blade, so I don't know.
Dorn's Blade with Leona, so a lack of sustain. Very fantastic power chord by level, and that was max range.
Yeah,
I know how much you like max range things.
I hate max range things so much because they always hit me at max range. But somebody ported back from bot, so that was a big play. It doesn't look like a big play because it's just some harass, but they forced him to go back, and he's going to be missing a lot of this EXP.
Absolutely.
I don't. It is Varus that went back. So he's already behind.
Absolutely. Oh, very much so. See, and this is the problem with Leona as well. She's one of those characters where the difference between level 1 and level 2 is massive, right? Because you either have the stun or no initiate, or the initiate and no stun. So being able to take advantage of level 1, and not only that, but having the double golems experience being a bonus to that as well, Son and Loveland have played that beautifully.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's these small things. I mean, look, we already see that. Well, this is before they even knew how to arrange the icons on the bottom.
Oh, wow.
But we see Graves is already up 9 CS on Varus. I don't know how accurate that is, given that Varus is CSing on the tower and he has a bigger wave. You can see his 6 creep.
Yeah, once it goes back to technically an even wave. Let's see, he's down 7. So it's still that's a wave, essentially, right?
Yeah. So. Just small plays like this it's also what you kind of want to look for, and we can see Loveland just totally zoning out. What's his name? Alu and Yuzia. Yuzia is on Twisted Fate.
So
whoa, okay.
We just assumed they'd switch back, but we've seen this before from Royal, right? Yuzia will play, No,
we saw it from World Elite.
From IG. Kid was playing...
Oh, no, yeah, you're right, from IG.
Kid was playing Kha'Zix mid. But here we go again with a role initiate, or a role switch, where White's is actually playing the AD carry. Generally, he's the mid player. And UZI is actually playing Twisted Fate on mid.
I wonder if this is more indicative if people are moving more towards the style of I can play this champion
rather than this role.
Yeah, I wonder if that's possible. I'm not sure yet, because especially with the advent of all these off lanes and lane switches, like we're also seeing a lot of top laners in Korea actually play Rise.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
Shy played Rise in the
All-Stars a lot.
In the All-Star, right?
Yeah.
And as well as the OGN. And I think Flame did as well. So maybe it's not about...
Oh, big gank coming in here on Cool. Can he survive the Ignites down? One more auto attack. UZI gets it.
He does get it with the...
First blood going to Twisted Fate. UZI playing him. Beautiful gank by Lucky there. Actually expended his flash as well in order to get that Rolling Thunder flip on him.
Nice.
So, wonderful play by Royal there.
Yeah, I think Volibear is really dominating in the early game. I think his flip is just really good.
Yeah.
His flip in the slow, especially if you have a laner that has really good CS like Twisted Fate. He has that what is it, 1.2 second stun at level 1?
At level 1, I believe it's only 1. But yeah. I mean, that's it's like ganking for Rise, It's like a targeted stun.
Right.
Yeah.
So Volibear is definitely really strong in the beginning. I'm curious to see if he can last, if they can ride that advantage up until it makes a difference.
Yeah. As we saw Loveland and Son taking those golems, Loveland decided to auto attack the big one last, saying, "Hey, I'm the one doing all the work here. I'm gonna get some of this gold.
Give me that ward money.
Uh-huh.
Give me that ward money." So back in lane,
there's a distinct level advantage here for the bottom lane of OMG over the bottom lane of Royal.
That might be because of goals. We see a big initiate by Elu onto
Shenel's coming in too. TF's porting in. Oh, this is just bad news. Is Loveland? Oh my God! Forces the barrier out of Whites. Loveland is too strong. Oh my goodness. Did Graves didn't even flash, but he cleansed. I believe UZI ported in and gold carded Graves, and he just cleansed and quick drew away.
Oh, and he still might be able to get Whites. Put some damage on him, gets the smoke screen. That's not enough though.
He's not 6, right? Is he? No, I don't believe so.
And they're also going to take this time to do Dragon. I always wonder what the opportunity cost of this is, because you had to send your Shen bot, and so that gives Elise time to free farm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Elise can shove a Shen out of a lane, but the potential tower advantage is there. The lost wave is there.
Well, I think they wanted more out of that than simply killing Sona, and I think that was a big factor into saying, Shen, you should go back up top, or Shen, help us with Dragon.
Right. So I'm not sure like who really wins that. Even though they took Dragon, and okay, fine, Royal's 1.6k ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not sure.
Well, it's not as dominating as, say, just the jungler coming and ganking. You were right in your assertion that there was a lot of resources spent making that play bottom. So as grave as the situation might look to someone playing on OMG's side or from OMG's perspective, it wasn't as bad as it seems.
Right. But again, like it's kind of hard to assess.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially with global gold. Like one of the misconceptions is that they have more global gold, so they're ahead. But the problem is that the global gold goes to the support, and that's just more wards. And wards,
it's helpful, but it's not as big of an impact as saying the same amount of gold going on to a Diana, or going on to a Jace or some unkillable machine like that. So
sometimes global gold can, I think...
There's a rumble in the jungle up top there? Where is it? Yeah, Volibear getting invaded by Big Pomelo here. Lucky...
I think Big Pomelo is fantastic with those invades. Like, he knows how to put pressure on the jungler, which I think is great. But he smites too early. Volibear is able to take the red away.
Beautiful smite by Lucky.
Let's just forget everything I said before that sentence.
Wait. Lucky didn't smite, and Big Pomelo did. Did Lucky have the red beforehand? Did he steal Big Pomelo's red? Because both of them had red.
No. Lucky got the red from Big Pomelo. Big Pomelo smited too early, and then Lucky just came and clawed.
Lucky just clawed it. Okay.
Yeah, just clawed the crap out of it.
Gotcha. Oh wow, Sona flashes the Zenith Blade actually from Leona there. Knows that the TF ult is up, although I believe... Actually, looks like Shen ult is up as well.
And pops the Destiny. Where's he going to go? He's going to go bot lane. They catch Loveland again, and Sona just... I'm sorry.
See, now this is the thing. Sona, you can play well enough on Sona to not get caught by a Varus Leona lane, right? But combine that with a TF gank as well, I mean, you only have one flash, right? On
Yeah.
Sona. And this is another thing.
Oh, here we go. We have Lucky going for the gank. Can the repel timing last long? Yes, it does.
So what the thing there was is that Rolling Thunder, the ability that Volibear has to flip them, has a duration, right?
Right.
So you're saying hopefully,
Yeah, hopefully the repel duration is longer than the Rolling Thunder.
and
duration.
you could see Lucky was getting impatient. You know, like I gotta flip something. Ends up flipping the spider minion, the spiderling, because apparently that comes down before, at least does.
Yeah, but you also saw Go going blow his flash, so I don't know. Opportunity costs and all that.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on. Interesting trade, I think. And Go-Going's gonna go... Not Go-Going, I'm sorry. Big Pomelo is going back in the jungle, forces Volibear off those raids.
Wow. Lucky's having a really hard time with Big Pomelo by himself, but also now that I think Cool is kind of in the mode of kind of helping him out, counter jungling too. He actually only has a tier. I believe he should have enough gold to buy something else later. A lot of Asian players really like to rush just Mana Immune on him, just right off the bat.
Mana Immune, I think, is really good. You can lose lane really hard, but as soon as you get that Mana Immune, you're like, or the Muramana,
Yeah.
you're back in the game. And
the way it synergizes with his abilities is just incredible.
Yeah, he's really strong, I think. And we see Uzi coming down for a gank. They land the ult on Lovelin again, and he just, oh my gosh, he just takes all the damage.
The amount of CC in a Leona lane with like a Leona Varus lane is just, it's too much for Sona. And that's the thing too. Not only when you pick Sona, you can have like Sona Ezreal, right? It's like, oh, you're never going to get that double kill because they're so slippery, or like a Graves with, cleanse flash or something. But it's to the point where they say, we don't care. We're just going to kill the Sona. And even if you get to the point where Sona is, she 3 deaths now? She's not worth a lot of gold. The point is that if you take out one of that support system bottom, the other person can't farm as well.
You say that, but then on the other hand, Graves is still beating Varus by 21 CS. And I think that's big. I think that's big, considering that they took out like Sona underneath tower, which I think is big if you're still down about 21, because the creeps are at the tower, which means the tower is killing some of those creeps.
Yeah.
And for him to only be 21 behind...
You mean...
21 ahead?
Yeah.
Or...
For him to be 21 ahead is huge.
Even more than 21, actually. 27 right now. 110 to 83. And their items are still pretty even. 3 kills on Sona and OMG still in the game. That's...
Well, it's great play by Son, absolutely. And I wonder if we can chalk some of this up to White Z playing out of his role. Because not only consider how far he's behind, but it seems like Royal has been intentionally just putting so much time and effort into bottom. Because maybe they realize that they're out of their element.
That could be true, or perhaps, we know Loveland's very good on support. Maybe they want to shut him down early, but I don't know what you're trying to accomplish, trying to shut down a support early. We see going in on
wow,
Godlike.
Really interesting flash by Godlike there. He still has Shadow Dash, I believe. Oh no.
Pops the Onslaught of Shadows. They're going to dive on their tower. It looks like an easy kill for Cool. Bam. Hits him with Freddie Mercury's hammer.
Freddie Mercury hammer. Okay, interesting set of situation there. I originally thought that Shen flashed the Hecarim...
Onslaught of Shadows?
No, not the Onslaught of Shadows, the E.
Oh, okay, the charge. Well, just
I forgot
call
what
it
it's
the charge.
Called. The charge, right?
Well, we'll just hold on a bit as Royal decides to take an uncontested dragon, which I think is a better word than free.
I agree.
There we go. Because they saw Hecarim up top, so...
They saw 3 people. They saw Jace was up there as well. Although Jace still got back to the mid lane and decently fast. Jace, one of the better roamers due to his passive and his acceleration gate. However, I thought that he had flashed...
Oh, we see a Destiny come in again on bot. They're going to catch Son this time, but it doesn't matter.
Beautiful counter by that.
Cleanses the gold card, flashes the Leona ult, and Crescendo's, 4? 3?
It was 3.
With Shen coming down? Yeah. Wow, that was massive resources invested and no return.
So let's go through that. So this time, Graves was the one farther away. So TF decided gold card Graves. Graves, cleanse, flash, quick draw away, and he was back under tower. They were still going with, because Leona ult hadn't been used yet, that was going. However, Sona ults 3 of them, Shen teleports in, the Leona ult tries to get on Sona, Sona flashes away.
Yeah, so excellent play by the OMG bot lane. This is the kind of attitude you should have when you're behind in a bot lane. Like, you shouldn't be like, oh no, my support sucks, he keeps dying. No, you gotta keep making the plays and staying in the game. That's how you know, OMG's down 1-4, down 2 dragons. They're still in this game.
Absolutely.
They might even have an advantage, you could say. I mean, they have the top tower, so that gives Elise some room to roam. Although it is Shen who has does he have tele? No, he took Ignite.
Yeah, he took
He
Ignite.
does have that global shield.
Just before we were talking about how Jace was, Asian Jace players like to rush man immune. Cool being too cool for us apparently.
Yeah,
It decides to pick up the big sword instead.
We're not the cool kids on the block.
No.
He gets the BF sword. I'm also not sure. I'm not sure if Miramana was changed to physical damage yet.
Oh, that's right.
I think it is.
I think it is.
I think it is.
I think it is.
But maybe they haven't figured it out.
Yeah.
In the meta.
The meta have not figured it out.
They have not. And yeah, so we see Jace with the big sword should be able to put a lot more pressure on that TF, especially because TF picked up that NLR, the needlessly large rod, very early, so he had more damage and also completed the Sheen as well. And here we have a little skirmish in the top. Was Shen actually losing the lease? Well, he is now because Hecarim came to join. Big Pomelo jumps in with a charge, and
once again, a 3-man gank top. Jace there for moral support.
Godlike trying to play hide and seek. We've seen the videos on Reddit, right, where they just keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
Like, why can't they get that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Godlike must have saw that video. Was highly entertained, but as you can see, it doesn't work at this level.
So another 3-man gank going top there. I think that so the Bloodthirster just finished for Jace. So that's another kind of power spike that he has. Of course he has to power slam. Of course he has to farm it up a little bit. I wonder if he's got the longsword, so I assume that's going towards the Miramana or the Monomune.
Right.
Could be going towards Brutalizer, but I think that perhaps the tier hadn't fully stacked yet, so he waited on getting the Monomune till later.
Yeah, I'm curious because usually when you get Brutalizer, you get it early because it's a really good early game item.
Absolutely.
Wow, they just find Lucky.
Oh, the burst damage on Lucky was just insane there. Elise coming down on him with Jace as well. Multiple things. The hammer coming down, the spider coming down. I don't know if a bear can handle all that.
Big Pomelo also picked up an early Oracles, is able to sweep bottom awards, and we see a complete turnaround. OMG is just, we saw Sona with 3 deaths, like, oh god, they're not in a good position. They're turning around. They might even take this tier 2 tower. It looks like it's gonna go. No, we have Leona and Varus on the way.
Do you see how how Cool is using this acceleration gate to shoot power shots? Like, he's not even shooting it behind it. There's like this weird thing where if you walk through it and then shoot it within a certain amount of time frame, it's just a power shot no matter what.
Oh.
I'm trying to understand this. I can't tell if it's a spectator lag bug or something, but like if you look at it, a lot of the times he doesn't actually shoot the projectile through the thing. And that one time he did, but
we can see enormous pressure coming from OMG. They probably put at least half damage on those 2 towers, if not more. But pressure's over because they decide
someone
they
decides
don't want
to stick around. Jay saying, "I still have full mana. Let me poke him down a little bit."
They might have also saw the blue buff spawn. They're gonna take this one uncontested.
Very uncontested.
And
at a discount, you might say. Not necessarily free, but it's on sale.
5-finger discount.
So
WERN. Yeah.
So we can sense this huge momentum swing in OMG's favor, and I think this has to do with the fact, the intrinsic nature of the champions that each team has selected. TF and Shen, they tried so many times to use their globals, to use that utility of the champions in order to get ahead early. However, if you look at the champions now, a Shen and a TF versus like the solo lanes of OMG, a Jason and Elise, Jason and Elise are going to win in a fight all the time. I mean, they're just better fighters. They're better duelists than Shen and TF.
Like, they tried to cover for their Varus, and Varus looks like he's actually an item behind Graves, as Graves picks up that Zeal.
I'd say he's about maybe 800 behind, 800 gold behind.
So, yeah, I think they concentrated way too much on that bot lane.
Yeah.
And they were only able to get kills on Loveland. And Loveland's already, he was on a death streak or whatever they call it.
Yeah. He still doesn't even have an assist, so yeah, he's 0-3-0.
So, they were only getting they probably got a maximum of 600 gold out of those 3 kills. And while it is significant, it's, when they have to send the Shen bot so that Elise can free farm bot. And as we can see, in terms of map control, they lost the top and mid tower. So it's not as easy for TF to establish that map control.
Yes, which is really the utility. It's really why you pick TF. You're not picking TF to fight people. You're picking TF to, use that utility in order to get ahead.
And as we can see, OMG taking it. I need now. I need another word instead of uncontested or free. But they do
it's
take.
on sale. It's on sale.
It's on sale. Okay,
It's 2 for 1.
They took the discount dragon.
The discount dragon.
From the Walmart dragon.
That straight up sounds like a mascot from like Kmart or something. The discount dragon.
What's the one? Oh, Walmart has the B. We see Cool coming back in that top lane.
TF trying to make a play on Jace here.
I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think he has enough burst. Oh, nice
wow.
Shen ult.
They've
Still-
pincered him, but he still can run away so fast.
no.
Flash taunt by Shen, and they take him down.
They do get him. So they called me. They called me out. They said, "Nino Joe, you're totally wrong.
Yeah.
We got this under control. Taking out Cool, and they're also going to take that blue buff. They have 2 blue buffs now because I believe it was Cool that took the blue buff from Royal's side.
Mm-hmm. Well, one thing that's interesting that we saw there was the escape power of Jace. Not only does he have the passive where he gets speed and is able to move through units when he changes his stances, also has the acceleration gate, but also has the displacement from his hammer. And you saw him flash the gold card, and he was actually in a position to get away until Shen ulted there. And not only that, he was still in a position to get away once the acceleration gate did the back way. Godlike had to do the taunt flash trick
Right.
to gain, you know...
That is when you flash the end of your taunt, and it still gives the effect.
Yes, it still gives the taunt effect on wherever you land with your flash. So they had to spend a lot of resources to get there. It was a valiant effort by Cool.
On top of that, I'm still not even sure if it's worth it because once they saw that committal, they were able to barrel down, take mid tower,
Yep.
tier 2 tower, and that's pretty big.
That's huge. The fact that OMG has taken 2 mid towers for Royal, and Royal hasn't even gotten the first one yet, right? Or
Yeah.
have they? Yeah. That's huge.
That is big. And one thing that I've noticed from watching a lot of these Chinese games, these Korean games, is that they know how to take advantage of the map control too. We don't see it quite yet, as they're probably going to group up. But once they take those towers, you might be like, oh, they we can freeze the lane. But the way they get around it is they usually do a really good job of warding their jungle, making sure they know where people are going in and out, and through that, they're able to apply pressure a lot easier.
Yeah, maybe Big Mel's going to get up another Oracles again. They're going to start that vision denial type
Right.
thing. Seems like they were all kind of waiting for maybe people to hit certain gold checkpoints so they can all come back and do it. But we'll see. I think that this game is turning out to be... This is because the goal difference is still very small.
Right.
The difference is how the teams want to use and approach their champion strengths and their gold. Because, and here we see the vision denial starting from OMG
Right.
level and picking up the oracles.
And
this
it
time.
definitely means more because there's not as many towers up on Royal side. So that's where map control comes in. How far can the other team walk in and feel safe?
Yes, absolutely.
And you can definitely establish that with wards and just the paranoia of is there a ward here?
Yeah,
And that I think that's huge.
it's a big deal. I'm really interested to see how Royal approaches this now, because I think they've understood at this point that TF actually using his ult just to see if they're doing Baron or not. OMG doing a very good job of sticking together. Well, just as I say that, they're splitting up the other side. But I think they had realized that at that point he wasn't going to TP anyone.
They might have been scared of the Leona ult coming in from somewhere because we can see Royal.
Yeah, but they can't. But I'm really interested to see how Royal uses this, because it's clear to them, I think they figured out just as we figured out. They don't want to straight up fight him.
Right. They had to pop the Destiny just so Leona could put the ward in there.
Yeah.
And OMG says, who cares?
Well, OMG calling a bluff. The fact Royal sees it, though, are they going to try to come in? Is Leona going to try to do anything? Volibear's going to flash, doesn't get it. Oh no, Volibear gets blown up. Big Pomelo securing it with that a very, very clutch smite.
That is huge. When you get it, like if you're the jungler on the other side and you steal a Baron, like it's big because it prevents them from like a gigantic push or something. But when you don't get it and you lose a guy, man, that's tough.
Lucky actually not even using his smite, so just not quick enough on the draw there. Really good reaction though. This is a game you try to make the best of everything, and it was really good of Godlike to be able to have the wherewithal to stay bottom and get that bottom tower. Because with Shen or someone that has teleports and something like that, you're able to get back in the action very quickly if they decided to maybe stop down mid.
And if you do watch that NA versus EU All-Star game, you will know the importance of taking towers when someone's doing Baron. So, phenomenal games were played, NA versus EU. But this is not NA versus EU, this is OMG versus Royal. And good job by Godlike again to recognize that he could take the tower. I mean, they got something right, but even then, it's looking more and more grim for Royal.
So, at least going back to Byron now, I wonder if she has Zhonya's now. If she does, this is a huge power spike for Team OMG. Because Jace just... Oh, let's take a look at the whack while we're looking at...
The wild area control?
Yes. Actually, everything's about even except for the Baron.
Yeah, some of the stuff also doesn't tell the entire story, because as we remember, Cool did get ganked by TF and Shen, and lost the blue buff. So... It does tell some stories, but not everything.
Yeah.
But I think the big story is that they do have a Baron and that Royal doesn't.
Well, so what I was saying earlier about power spikes is at least ended up not getting the Zhonya, so I wonder if she's waiting, maybe get the Leandris or something like that. But Jace has his Mirror Mana, his Last Whisper, and his Bloodthirster, which I believe is fully stacked. So this is like a huge time for them to pressure with Baron, get a lot of Jace poke in. Jace has blue as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they just try to siege down towers with Jace poke.
This is definitely go time for OMG. Let's see what they do. They are grouping up around that bottom tower. Well, I guess they already took the tower. We have Godlike split pushing top. I don't know if that's really a good idea right now.
Well, the nice thing about Royal's team is that they have a decent amount of CC to stop a dive, which will allow Shen to come back in. And I think OMG really wants to pressure this now, because they notice that it's basically, you're on a ticking time clock, anyways, you're on a time schedule when you're facing a Shen like that. Because if you don't make enough moves, as we just saw, Shen takes another tower.
Right, but I don't think they're really worried about Shen right now. They did do a lot of damage to that tower. I wouldn't be surprised if they siege it down soon. They do have the Baron advantage. Even if Shen comes in, you also want to use that Shen shield on somebody. Look, they already lost a tower.
Wow, Shen actually uses ult there. So Shen has to come back right now. He's started going back. That was huge. The amount of damage they did to Volibear was just sick.
That escalated quickly. In fact, I think that might be the game.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And it all happened because of a pick on Lucky. I mean, look, poor Godlike. I mean, maybe the creeps hit him while he was trying to go back. But
that was frightening. How fast they killed Volibear.
And I do think it had something to do with that Jace power spike, as you said. You saw him just eat so much damage because of the I don't even know if it was the jumping hammer combo or...
Well, he did the entire combo, which was the power shot through the gate into the you get the increased attack speed, and then you switch to the hammer, jumped on him, and did the whack whack. Whatever.
Yeah.
But that's combined with all the other damage that they had, which was, I believe Graves ulted him. I believe the Graves ult just whiffed because he died. Like that was a Shen shield. That was the Locket. I didn't even think he hit Locket in time because he was stunned. Because I believe the Elise thing hit him, right? But granted, he didn't have a lot of things there. He had a Locket. He didn't even have... All he had was a Doran shield. But still, that was... Dare I say... filthy.
That was filthy.
That was
dirty, man.
Lucky is just... He evaporated.
I think they recoded him out of the game. He's not even in the game anymore.
Yeah.
Volibear was like... Who is he?
I'm surprised it wasn't a bug splat from that moment on.
Okay, so... Excellent game by OMG. They showed how to come back. They showed how to... they showed not getting down on themselves, especially bot lane. In fact, they maintained their advantage bot lane, even though Sona died, Loveland died 3 times. They've spent a lot of resources getting those kills as well, and they were still able to capitalize. Jace hit the power spike. Is there anything else we need to say about this game?
Well, I'm just going back on that, just the fact that they were aware of what needs to happen in order to stay in the game, and the fact that you can look at the deaths, you can look at the gank bottom, and you have that cognizance of we're still ahead. They can do whatever they want bottom lane. That's fine. Our strategies are revolved around this. As long as we fulfill these goals, these achievements, doesn't matter. So incredible game by them. And I think that. That game was, as much as there was certain ganks, a lot of actions and things like that, I think that Royal was absolutely caught off guard by how far ahead OMG had gotten there, or
Right.
how strong they had gotten, because they hadn't really had a full-on team fight. If
Yeah, I don't think there was a full 5-on-5 team fight at all.
the entire game,
Right.
right? So the amount of damage that 5 people had on one person was enough to catch them off guard, and it was late enough in the game that they could just finish it.
All right, great analysis by Arc Impulse. I think that'll do it for us. I am 90 Joe.
I am Mark Impulse. Thank you guys very much.
We are No Easy Buckets.
Yeah.
See you guys later.